So I did a thing yesterday. Yeah, it's kind of pink. I'm pretty chuffed with it, I won't lie. Not as bright as I wanted it, but definitely the colour I was going for. As you can probably tell as well, I've got a face of makeup on today, and I'll be brutally honest with you, that's only because I was needing to take a new profile picture for Facebook. So please appreciate the effort that has gone into this episode today with this face and with this hair. Also, PSA, that is actually a pluke. That's not hair dye, that is a genuine pluke that I've picked. So, today we're hopefully going to end up with some biscuits. I've not made biscuits before, so this is another new bake for me, like completely new. They're hopefully going to be a chocolate orange kind of biscuit. The only reason I'm doing these is because I want to learn how to do flood icing. You know, like with the pretty patterns you get. I've never done that either, so I thought I'll find a biscuit recipe so that I can learn how to do the icing. Let's hope it goes well. I think it will. I'm feeling mildly confident given that I've never made biscuits before, which probably means that it'll go awful. But let's see. Beat butter and sugar with a wooden spoon in a large bowl until combined. It says large bowl, so we're going with the classic. This is Lauren Wilson's favourite bowl. This is the one that she said every mother somehow has one of these bowls in her house. Scales. 165 grams of unsalted butter. It's supposed to be soft, but it's not soft because I forgot to take it out of the fridge earlier. Doing well so far. Does nobody else feel a little bit ill when they see like so much butter in one place, like in a bowl? 135 grams of caster sugar. Not only do these biscuits have a ton of sugar in them, they also have what I like to describe as a metric ton of golden syrup, which I'm quite looking forward to. Right, so we have to beat them with a wooden spoon until they're combined. I don't think this is going well. All it's doing is getting stuck to the spoon. Oh no, there we go, that's better. It's creaming. Who needs electric beaters? Me, always regrets when I don't use it. Right, go with that. In a separate bowl, sift the flour. I've underlined that 4 times, so I remember to sift it for a change. Sift the flour, corn flour, baking powder and cocoa powder, mix well and add to the butter and the sugar. Okay, we'll do that first. 330 grams of plain flour. That's a lot. Either it is a large amount or I just have no conception over baking quantities and what's big and what's not. Now I am remembering about the sieving. I'm just putting it in there and then I'm going to sieve it back into there. So into that one. Sieve. Using the posh one because Mum doesn't like when we use a plastic one because it's difficult to clean. Beautiful. 75 grams of corn flour. I've never used corn flour before. Oh Jesus, wet. A bloody mess. Baking powder, 6 teaspoons of baking powder. 6 teaspoons. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, 5, and 6. And 75 grams of cocoa powder. Oh, that's not open. There is one that's already open and Mummy might lose her rag if I don't use it. Oh shit. Why is it all in one block? I hope these don't turn out really bitter. So what am I going to do? Just mix, right? I'm going to use a whisk. Make sure it's evenly distributed. Wow. I was just thinking there, apart from like my posh bread, I don't think there's been anything that I've made that hasn't had some element of chocolate. Right, stir in syrup and the zest and then mix until well combined. Oh wait, no. Add this to the butter and sugar first. So the question is, do I stir this now and then add my syrup and my zest, or do I wait and just mix it all together? I'm gonna mix this first. Hope you're all well, hope you're all still surviving lockdown. I was gonna make these tomorrow, but I fell out with Microsoft Teams this morning and now I'm sulking with it, so hence I'm making them today instead. So I need 5 tablespoons of golden syrup. This weekend, I spent it in my bedroom. Mum and I decided that we were just going to completely gut it. So we gutted it, moved the furniture around. And now there's so much space. At one point, I was tidying my unit, and on top of that I had like a wee carrier thing that I put important documents in, like ones that I need to come to hand quickly, so like disclosure certificates and all that kind of stuff, and like Girls Brigade officer stuff. And in it was one of those, you know, like the money card envelope things that you don't know what to get someone for their birthday, so you just give them money and you get those special cards to put the money money in. Well, there was one of them. It was like shredding old like pay slips and stuff, and that's when I came across it. Picked it up and I thought, oh, I wonder who this is from. Opened it, read it, etc. And there was money in it. And literally like 5 minutes beforehand, Mum was like, oh, you haven't found much. By this point, we'd only found 22p in my room and I was quite disappointed. But I found this money card and it was filled with notes. 180 quid's worth of notes. So that was exciting. That was great. I think it must be from my birthday. I would have come home from my birthday and then I would have gone back to Dumfries and I probably would have left the cashier thinking, if I take it down the road with me, I'll just fritter it. So I'm assuming that's where it's come from. Just wondering what to spend it on, really. Maybe some more responsibility for my possessions so that I don't lose it again. How did I not notice I was missing 180 quid? Like, I don't get it. I'm adding the zest of 4 oranges. These have been in the fridge because Mum says they zest better when they're cold. I think this is a zester. I am doing this right, am I? It is the skin that you're supposed to use. You're not supposed to peel it first. I'm suddenly questioning my whole existence. Might try one with the grater and see how we get on. Oh, you fuck. Oh, maybe that's why we don't use a grater. I think I prefer this way, but I don't think it's the proper way to do it. It's just occurred to me I should be using this time to promote my Instagram. I put my baking stuff up on there and I also put up my crochet stuff if you fancy giving it a wee follow. It's not that exciting. I don't post on it that often, but I usually put up all my baking stuff if I remember. If I'm not too engrossed in filming for you, my wonderful devoted fans. Right, I'm gonna mix this now. Wish me luck. It smells really Christmassy, which is nice. Like I say, I've never made biscuits before, so I have no idea of what this mixture is supposed to look like. I'm so used to baking cakes that to me this looks way too dry, and it's like I've forgotten to add my eggs or my milk or whatever. But I'm looking at this and I've added everything I needed to. It should be coming together, but it's just not. It says to mix until combined and then knead gently until fully combined. So I wonder if I might knead it in the bowl for a minute and then see how we get on. Oh, see, that's coming together when I do that. Right, if you could just all kind of clump together, that would be really helpful. I don't understand. For fuck's sake, it's just crumbling. I don't know what you want from me. Every time I move it, another bit falls off. Just bide where you are. Oh, it just looks like a giant cow pat. Right, this says to cling film it and refrigerate it for 15 minutes. You won't be winning any beauty contests, that's for sure. Right, time is now 3 minutes past 3, so we'll come back at 18 minutes past. I'm just having a wee think whilst they're in the fridge. We might have to ice them after tea because we're making pizza for tea, like making pizza for tea. And I don't want to get in the way of his lordship putting pepperoni on a piece of cardboard. Back the door. I know it looks like a giant turd. It's a bad thing when your mother agrees. Right, so in amongst all that, I've turned on my oven so it's preheating. I have to roll out my dough on a lightly floured surface and make it 5mm thick, cut out my shapes and place on the tray, freeze them for 10 minutes or fridge them for 30, and then put them in the oven. So maybe actually I should put this oven on just now. Come to me. This is really crumbly, I don't think I've done it right. Why is it just crumbled? You're supposed to be a dough, not a piece of shit. Okay, this bit's rolling out. I've got a heart, I've got a nubbly circle. I think I will use a star. 1. Oh wow. Oh, I used upside down, that's why. Oh well, right. I'm literally just going to roll out like a little bit at a time. My other query is how close do I space them out, because it doesn't actually say in the recipe, you know, put 6 on a tray at a time, or space them out with 1.5 inches between them or anything like that. I've made 2 trays of 12 already. I've just put them in the freezer for 10 minutes whilst I make trays 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, however many. I don't know how much biscuits expand when they're cooking either. I hope I'm placing these like far enough apart. Honestly, get me back to making cakes ASAP. I know where I stand with cakes. So as it stands, I've got 2 trays of biscuits in the freezer in the garage. I've got 2 trays here that are ready to go in the freezer. But now I've run out of baking trays and I've still got like half my dough. So don't know what to do. This is making a lot more biscuits than I anticipated. Either that or I'm just using a really small cutter. I'm going to cut some of this to the size of the baking tray and then just put them on here for just now because I've nowhere else to put them. Right, babies, good luck. I was going to put them in 1 tray at a time, but Mum said because it's a fan oven, they should be fine if I put them all at the same time. So on her head be it. 5 minutes in, and they've not spread too much, so they're not like touching or anything, which is good. Helpful for knowing how close I can place these bigger ones together. The end is in sight, guys. Sweating. Right, if there's any left after this tray, I'm done. I can't. The novelty of this is totally worn off. I just want to ice them now. Oh no, a broken heart. I wish I could tell you whether they look good or not, but I actually have no idea. They look a little bit dark around some of the corners, so I'm going to put these in for 15 instead of 17. Once they've cooled a wee bit on their trays, I'll put those that are on the parchment on the trays to then go in the freezer. Right, last one, because I'm making only more. These bad boys are super brittle. How smooth is that? The floor is an absolute state. There's more dough on the floor than there is on the worktop currently. This has been so traumatic that I'm actually currently considering icing them tomorrow when I've recovered. Icing shouldn't take long, but it's going to take longer than I want to spend on it. I honestly don't think I have the willpower tonight. So as it stands, we've got 2 trays in the oven, we've got another 2 in the freezer ready to go in when these ones come out, and then we've got another 2 that are sitting waiting to begin their biscuit journey. Here's one. I would not recommend making biscuits unless you absolutely have to. Icing biscuits, great fun. Not that I've done it yet, but making biscuits, nah. Don't know if I would do it again, unless these ones turn out really, really well, which I doubt. They're okay, actually. I think you smell the orange more than you taste it. I don't know, we'll need to see what the boss says. So I took one up to Mum for her to taste.
Charlie gets 438 loo rolls. Smells amazing, by the way. Are they icing?
No, I know.
Almost as good as an Orange Club. And like that is saying something because that is my all-time favourite chocolate biscuit.
And she made a pouty face when I told her I would probably ice them tomorrow instead of tonight. So it looks like I'm icing them tonight, boys. The hearts have actually come out looking quite good. They look better than the stars, certainly. They're still a bit bumpy, so I don't know how we're going to get them iced. But we'll do our bestest. I've just put the last batch in, so we've got 2 batches on the cooling racks. These 2 here cooling down before the racks, and then 2 in the oven. Once these are out the oven, it'll be about 5 o'clock. Yeah, I could probably get the icing done, I suppose. And if I get them done before tea's finished, then they can set whilst we're having our tea, and then I can get them delivered whilst we walk the dog. Now that they're all out the oven and cooling in some way or another, we better get on with making this icing. 600 grams icing sugar in a large bowl. Right, it's now 5 o'clock, bang on. Let's see how much of this we can get done before we have to make pizza. Look, I haven't even started yet, and it's everywhere. 406. Oh, I've lost my spoon! Balls. Right, 600, let's go. A friend asked me the other day, when you're making buttercream icing, or when you're making icing, how do you make sure that the icing sugar doesn't get everywhere? And honestly, as is evident by today, apparently it's not possible. So I've got 600 grams icing sugar in there, and I need to add half of the orange juice. So I need to juice one of my oranges and add half of it. Yes. Why juice an orange when you can buy orange juice? Split it, look at that.
Did you ken you would pay some money?
Nope.
Did they tell you?
Nope. Mix on medium speed for 5 minutes. This is where it's going to go wrong. You mean dinner?
I would use your spoon until you get it started at least, because otherwise you'll have really icing sugar. No, just a teaspoon or a metal spoon.
That knocked me in funny, but I don't think that's going to be enough orange juice. I'm going to put a touch of water in it because it's not doing anything. Literally a teaspoon. This is still not doing anything. It needs to be runny but still thick enough to pipe. It says to add extra juice if need be. Ah! Okay, it's so thick that it's... That's not right. I hope I haven't broken it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, see, that's not supposed to happen. Ah! Nah. Right. Ejected. Ancient. Right, okay. Come on. Ah! Right, back to spoon it is then. This is all really lumpy as well. Right, take 1/6 of this into a piping bag with a small nozzle and pipe around the edge of the biscuits, making sure that you leave no gaps. I'm getting 2 bowls because I was going to do many colours, but honestly I'm past it. I'm going to do 2 colours. What colour shall we do? We don't have pink, so we're going to go red and hope that it goes light. Can't believe I actually broke that bloody mixer. Have you ever seen a nozzle so small? It's actually teeny. Wow, my hands are shaky. So the question now is, how do we tell Mum that her mixer is broken? Right, so that's them all outlined. I'm going to go ahead and split the remaining of the icing into half and half, so yellow and red. So what I've done is I've separated the remaining icing into the 2 bowls that I dyed the pink and the yellow in. I'm going to juice one of the other oranges to loosen up because it needs to be like a really runny consistency so that you can actually flood the biscuits. Oh, it's bubbling. Is it supposed to bubble? No, it's nice and watery. Ooh! Oh no. I need to learn to wear like tops that are ready for the wash because 11 times out of 10 I get food on it. Right, I'm gonna go with that. Right, this is where things are bound to get messy, as I have already proven, because before I pressed record on here, I dropped one of these biscuits on the floor. So Max, I hope you enjoy that. I'm quite scared about this, I won't lie to you. Teeny tiny pair of kitchen tweezers, just to kind of encourage it into the corners.
You're doing very finicky work, dear.
I know, I hate it.
These look really fine, they smell delicious.
Well, you can have that one because it's the runt.
Not f***ing good. They're fine.
So do I get another one to taste?
No.
He got in just now.
Aye, he's only had one.
But he got in Wyson.
It was the rump though.
I didn't get in Wyson. I didn't even get in Wyson, Cormac.
But you'll get one when it's finished.
I'm not caring whether there's a bloody runt or no. I didn't get in Wyson.
You will get one when it's finished.
They're really fine, they're up there.
Oh.
Do you think that'll set?
Yes. I've broken your mixer.
How?
Come on!
How?
I don't know. The things burrow around, but after a while they just get interlocked and then they're stuck.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Vivian.
Maybe it's not broken. Did you fix it?
That's the creamy.
I didn't think to try them. We're finally done. Thank the Lord. You're frowning.
Right. I want my friend with my eyebrows raised.
You were frowning before.
You broke my mixer.
You fixed it!
I fixed it.
I couldn't fix it, I tried.
They're very fine. The icing adds something. 10 out of 10, dear.
Try one myself, I won't lie, they are bloody fine, but it is now 7:45 and I'm yet to have my tea, so ta-ta! I'm gonna tie my hair up before I go any further. Ow! Either it is a lot or I just have no conception of like what let the record show that Cormac's currently eating the icing with a spoon. Aye, but you've watched Bake Off, they have fan ovens and it never works. The fuck is that? Is that a wise man?
I'll be taller than me, Bevan.
I think you shrunk.
I'm not shrunk. God, osteoporosis.
Does it make your hair grey as well?
That's living with you, dear. Fine. And but something about coincidentally, milk just happens to be his favourite drink.
No.
Honestly, why juice an orange?
Carol bastard.
Pardon me.
You sure that's going to say it's up a water?
Yes, it's going to set. Look at the stars. Stop! Not me!
Hello, Bevan. What's the matter? It's your friendly best here. Oh.